Greetings, Elder Blacklight. All focus on Master Farad Muhammad. In an interview just before the Honorable Elijah Muhammad made his transition, an interviewer asked the messenger who will be his successor. And the Honorable Elijah Muhammad said that there is none. What's coming after me will be God. So we are to focus on Master Farad Muhammad. This is stolen legacy. The science that I'm about to tune you up on is ancient, sacred science of Kemet and before Kemet. Stolen Legacies was a book that I'm going to play some of it, and then we're going to get into some deep science.
By George G. M. James. Copyright 1954. Introduction. Characteristics of Greek philosophy. The term Greek philosophy, to begin with, is a misnomer, for there is no such philosophy in existence. The ancient Egyptians had developed a very complex religious system called the Mysteries, which was also the first system of salvation. As such, it regarded the human body as a prison house of the soul, which could be liberated from its bodily impediments through the disciplines of the arts and sciences.
He said the arts and sciences. Now we're going to show you some science on thought.
With the invention of PMC3, artists were given a new option in firing, and that's simply using a torch. Any jeweler's torch.
And I wanted them to really understand like what frequency is, what creates frequency. So we had the electrons, and Lisa knows about the electrons.
We'll cover time travel another day. We travel today, everybody.
I don't know enough about electrons.
Okay, so what's inside the nucleus of an atom?
Protons and neutrons.
Yep. Benny, good job, Benny. Protons, neutrons.
Hey, what, I got to answer all the questions?
Yeah. So protons are positively charged particles, and neutrons are neutral. The protons and neutrons create the weight or the mass of an atom. And then on the outside, you've got your electrons. So if you got 6 protons, 6 neutrons, and say there's 6 electrons on the outside, this is a carbon atom. So the electrons dictate the nature of what the atom does, or is, or its qualities. So like, this would be 6 on the periodic table. So then number 82 has 82 electrons, but they all have different properties. So that's what makes the difference between silver and gold and water and gases and all those things, is the number of electrons. Okay, and then remember these electrons are spinning. We usually draw these little rings,
right,
but it's really spinning like this in all different directions. And so never do these electrons ever collide. So in the second chapter, the electronic phase, Dr. Fleet says, well, who's controlling these electrons? Like what would you say, who controls the electrons? Like, who makes them never collide? They're spinning 6 billion revolutions per second around the nucleus. That's what they think. So how come they never hit? Like, what's controlling it?
The physical laws of the universe, or the X factor.
Yeah, and that's what, I'm going to say this.
I was going to say, like, infinite intelligence as a factor.
Yeah, because we ask science goes, shit, I don't know. And then religion goes, well, God controls everything, so we say it's like God consciousness. So this spinning so fast, when you touch it, makes it feel like it's matter, like it's real. That rate of vibration. Okay, so in the laws governing the transmission and change of concepts, that chapter, if you read electronic phase first and then jump to the laws governing, he says that because these electrons are spinning, and imagine we've got all these other electrons all around the atoms. So we got all these little electrons. All these electrons are spinning all like crazy. When one electron, so I'll just draw one right here. When one electron passes another electron, it displaces it. So you'll see in there he says an electron can displace the electrosphere. Electrosphere means basically, imagine this whole board with electrons. Basically, it's life. It's this whole sphere of area where electrons are vibrating. So when an electron passes an electron, it does not collide. It creates a little bit of movement, though. A little bit of like friction almost. And so say these two pass each other, what this does, it creates a wave, a frequency out like this. Right? What was yours?
No, this is called.
So, but it's actually more like a concentric sphere, and so it's actually like this.
Like a drop in water.
Yeah, exactly. So here's the thing. This was what actual frequency is. It's this. It's the distance between the wavelengths. So that the wavelengths create, like, that's the actual frequency. The whole thing is frequency. Here's the wavelength. And like you guys said, the amplitude is this. It's the height of the wave. So here was the whole thing. When you're reading that chapter, he starts by saying two people who are in rapport can pick up frequencies from each other. So if one is in tune with each other, you can hear each other's thoughts, you can communicate back and forth, you can influence each other, for good. So since your brain is made of all of electrons, so that's the whole point. Since you are the only thing that we know of in life that can change your own rate of vibration, you've got a responsibility to do this, to learn how to do this. So to change your rate of vibration, really what it means is when you shift your thought onto something you want or onto a constructive idea, what it really means is you're actually shifting how these electrons are moving. And the vibration, when we talked about vibration, frequency, so do you guys remember the color spectrum, Roy G. Biv? Mm-hmm. Remember that? Okay. And if you remember that the only difference between like blue, green, and yellow was the actual frequency that your eye picked up. There's actually no difference except for the difference of wavelength. Do you remember that?
I do remember it.
Same thing with sound and all that stuff. So basically, the movement of electrons is literally creating a frequency called color, like blue, green, red, whatever it is. Does that make sense? And then your eye is a receptor to pick up that frequency. But you've never seen color before. It's actually sent to the brain, and then the brain perceives, oh, that's red because it's been called red. So here's the thing. When you look at the whole spectrum of wavelength in life, and you start moving like this, they've done, let's say like color is here, they've actually realized that physical matter would be over here. Physical matter. And then, I'm going to use the word cosmic or spiritual, would be over here. So basically, the movement and displacement of these electrons creates frequencies. The frequencies are basically what determine whether or not something's like solid, gas, or all over here being thought.
Now, he just proved the point that the black man is God. He's talking about frequencies and where they came from. And the color is determined by frequencies. Black is not a color. It's the essence of color. All colors is trying to escape from black. Look at him. He has less frequencies, even than me. I'm of the original. He's so far, this Caucasian is so far on the other side of the equation that he has no color. He's lacking color. So when and how he found out this information, and when he found it out, he took it, stole it from us, and he kept it hidden from us, or kept it from us. We're talking about the black man. And this also proves that Yaqub made the Caucasian from us. See, the black man can produce the blackest to the albino, the whitest. The albino is whiter than white. That proves my point. So by us not having this knowledge of who we actually are, we're not thinking in our own culture. We're thinking outside of our culture into the Caucasian's culture. This is to continue. This is why Master Farad came into in disguise, like all focus on Master Farad Muhammad. This is Black Light saying stay tuned and stay tuned up.